Hey there, this is Julie Wake, Executive Director of the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod. And this is a short video about our new program for fiscal sponsorship, empowering artists and creative projects for the public good. This will launch January of 2026. A little bit about the Arts Foundation. We've been around since 1987. I've been around for the past 10 years. But our mission is to support and strengthen a vibrant and diverse arts and culture sector for everyone in the region. And as of today, these are the areas that we've been supporting, and we look to support even more artists and cultural organizations. So today we're talking about fiscal sponsorship, and the purpose of the program of a fiscal sponsor is to serve individual artists and artist groups, like collectives, those who are leading arts-focused public benefit projects. A fiscal sponsor is a financial and administrative tool that helps you fundraise for your project. Through our fiscal sponsorship, you can access some of the benefits typically reserved for a 501c3 organization, such as receiving grants restricted to 501c3s and offering donors a tax deduction. Our application timeline is we will start January 1st and it will close January 30th. We'll let you know around February 13th-ish, so mid-February. And then we're going to do it again in September. And our goal is to take on as many projects as we can support. We know that there's a lot of really great ideas and projects that we'd love to see flourish. And so we're hoping that this helps support the sector in getting those projects done without the hassle of starting your own 501c3. So when you work with the Arts Foundation and their fiscal sponsorship program, there's a few things that you will have access to. And that is some training on how to build relationships with your supporters. We'll do some sort of development workshops, how to write grants, that sort of thing. We will create virtual monthly meetings with our fiscal sponsorees, our sponsorship needs, and update you on trends and what's happening in the sector and things you might want to think about. Well, also, we want to connect you with one another because that's the best resource. And we want you to be able to expand your fundraising opportunities. So individual donors can give directly to your project and they get a tax benefit. So if you're not a 501c3, they don't get that benefit. But if you are sitting on our 501c3, your donor gets the benefit of the tax deduction. The other thing that we'll do is that we'll have a web page on our site that is dedicated to all of our fiscal sponsor projects. And it will have a donation page and a blurb about your project. The application process today is for individual artists or unincorporated artist collectives. You must have an EIN or a social security number. And this is for IRS reporting purposes. The projects must demonstrate public benefit, such as performances, free performances, exhibitions, film screenings, and workshops. And we are open to artists nationwide. However, we do give priority to the Cape and Islands and our coastal artists here on the East Coast. So please submit an application using our submittable tool by January 30th of 2026 by 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. If you're a first-time user to Submittable, you will need to create an account with them. And if you have any technical challenges, please reach out to Submittable and to their amazing technical customer service team. So a lot of people have asked, why is it a public benefit? Why public benefit matters? And these are important to the values of the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod. So your project has to be arts-based, arts and culture based. And this is not a project for personal gain. These are projects that provide impact in the community. And this ensures alignment with the AFCC's mission and 501c3 requirements. So it's for nonprofit work. We do have fees, so there is a cost to working with us in this fiscal sponsorship capacity. There is a contract fee once a year, $150, and then an annual renewal fee of $150 per year. And then we do have a processing fee of 3% on credit card donations. Administrative costs allocation, it's about industry standard between 8 and 12%. And we are 8%. And you'll see that it staggers. The more money you make, the less percentage that we would take. We really want you to be successful. What we sponsorship is project-based, not for entire practices or organizations. The Arts Foundation accepts and oversees contributed income only, not revenue from sales. So if you sell a piece of art, that's your revenue. That's not contributed income. Artists retain complete creative control and ownership of their projects. So how it works is you have a donor. The donor gives the money to the fiscal sponsor, which would be the Arts Foundation, and then the Arts Foundation will help you pay for your project. So that's how the money flows. We process donations weekly. So if you are actively fundraising, we are actively letting you know that you've had activity on your account, and we're going to send you a weekly email that says, here are all your donations that are coming in with the amounts and the names of your donors. And we will send acknowledgments to your donors, but we also recommend that you give each donor a call or a thank you note from you about supporting your project. Funds can be distributed weekly via check or direct deposit. So if you need to pay a vendor, you let us know and it gets in the queue to be sent within 7 days or so. Projects receive automated email confirmations. So something comes in and a donor gets a confirmation by email that we have received the funding. But again, we will send acknowledgement letter for their tax purposes. So now I'm just going to go over a few of the common questions that we foresee getting. And so if I read them out loud, you can either pause me here and read them yourselves, or I'm going to read them out loud and maybe add some notes to the comments. So can I have multiple fiscal sponsors for the same project? No. You can have multiple projects, but you cannot have multiple fiscal sponsors. So we would be an exclusive fiscal sponsor for your project. You cannot have other fiscal sponsors. Can I include an artist fee in my budget? Yes. We recommend up to 20% of your total project budget for this fee. And budgeting, just a side note, we will help you build that budget. We will have a template. Um, this will include your fundraising plan and all the details on how you're going to be greatly successful with your project. Does the Arts Foundation fiscal sponsorship have any creative control over my project? No. Project directors retain complete control and ownership over their project. I skipped this one. How many projects do you accept into fiscal sponsorships, and how are they selected? Each project is evaluated based on feasibility, public benefit, and a fundraising plan. Successful applications address each application question in detail. So we want to see a feasible plan. So you will have to have a fundraising plan, and we will help you build that or answer any questions that you may have, because it's very daunting. Can you raise funds on my behalf or introduce me to donors? Unfortunately, no. The Arts Foundation does not raise funds or solicit donors on behalf of sponsored projects. That is up to you to create those opportunities to get out there and network and talk about your project. If you need a sounding board, we are here for you. If you want to run some ideas by us on how to pitch your project to other supporters, we're here for you. But we can't connect you with donors. Does the Arts Foundation file my taxes for my project? No. We do not file taxes on behalf of any sponsored project. It's just the nature of a 501c3. We don't pay taxes, but projects that raise funds through a fiscal sponsorship are legally responsible for reporting money they receive from their project as income to the IRS. But because you're fiscal, you have to report everything that comes in, and we will walk you through that, but you will have to do that on your own. Does the Arts Foundation process 1099s on behalf of my vendors? No, we don't. So projects are responsible for filing their own taxes and providing 1099s to their own vendors. And again, we won't do it, but we can direct you on how to do that. And how long does it take to process a donation through these projects, and when will the funds become available? So we take in donations via check, direct deposit, wire transfers, stocks, DAFs. They're processed weekly, and you will receive an email from the Arts Foundation when they're complete. Donations via credit card are processed as soon as we get them generally, but they will be processed within up to 10 days. And you will receive automatic emails when a donation is made. So I just want to add a little note to this one as well. You want to also let your donors know that you accept stock. So a donor might come up to you and say, I really want to support your efforts. I have some stock. I want to donate that to you. You reach out to the Arts Foundation, and we make that happen. We talk to their people talk to our people, we sell the stock, and the funds end up in your account. It's not a problem. It's not difficult. Just send it over to us, and we'll take care of it. Same with a donor advised fund. So if someone comes up to you and says, I have a DAF and I want to give to you, be cool and say, amazing, great. I'd like to connect you with my fiscal sponsor. Call the Arts Foundation, and we will give you that language and that information to refer these types of, I would say, sophisticated donors that know what they're doing, and you want to respond in a professional way and take advantage of this amazing opportunity to receive that type of funding. We are very familiar with those processes, so don't worry, we got you. You won't miss that donation. Crowdfunding campaign. So we've never done this before at the Arts Foundation, but right now we have learned that specifically for documentaries and for film type projects, crowdfunding is really super popular. So we developed a relationship with an organization called Seed and Spark, and they will be our only crowdfunding platform. And it's the only one allowed. So you can't go off and set up different relationships. We have to have a relationship with the crowdfunding source because the payments that you receive will come directly into the Arts Foundation's account under your project. And if you have multiple vendors, that's going to get very confusing and it's not a good idea. So hopefully crowdfunding might be something that you want to take advantage of. We will hold a workshop to learn more about that and to see if your project is a good fit for that. How do I get paid or pay people from my fiscal sponsorship account? Payments are distributed on a weekly basis. You email, special email account to our back office, and we cut the checks and get them out there weekly. And my last question is, do you offer insurance? No. You are responsible for getting your own insurance. And that's about it. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to the Arts Foundation at info@artsfoundation.org. And we are looking forward to seeing and learning more about your project. And we wish you the very best, and we appreciate all that you do. Thank you.